Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce. Welcome back to the afternoon session. We've got the last hour of trading today and then the first hour of the aftermarket. Hey everybody, how you doing? And I've got my mute button off so I don't have to hear myself twice. Welcome back everybody. The Dow is up 5.4 points going into the last hour of the day. So we got nothing going on. It was down 100 and something in the morning. Got to be in that 20 down, 50 down neighborhood. And then about an hour and a bit ago, it began to break out. And it took a shot and got up a little above where we are now. And we're up now 9 points. It is positive ground for the Dow. It was negative all day. But it's not, incredible, but it's better. Thank you. Also, S&P down only 1/3 of a point. Actually, just right while I'm talking to you, up a quarter of a point on the S&P 500. So it's turned positive. The Dow's now up 14. And NASDAQ is now down 42 points and climbing a little bit along with these guys. Everyone is waiting now for Alphabet, which is Google, Microsoft. I think they come out with announcements today, earnings today, and a bunch of others are coming in tomorrow and Thursday. So we got Apple and we got a lot of results due, and a lot of folks are quite curious, obviously, about how that's going to go. The indications seem to me that so far, the so-called street is suggesting that it is entirely likely that these companies will easily beat their analytical projections. Whatever analysts' projections were for these companies, the thinking is that they're going to easily, handily beat these numbers. The question that we all have, of course, is will the investment community as a whole view this as a positive thing and the shares go higher and the markets go higher? Or will the shares slump a little bit because they're priced to perfection, or the old classic story we have, the old classic saying in the market is you sell on the news? And is that about what we're about to experience? We'll find out. Now, Tesla, those of you who followed me last night after the close, Tesla had come up with their financials, and they did not hold the price at all for their shares. Their shares backed off, and they've been under pressure all day. As a matter of fact, Tesla right now is at 709.78. So Tesla has not had a good time of it, down 28 bucks a share. And the low of the day of 705, the high of 724. And so all day, Tesla has not been able to really mount a comeback. There was a mini rally on the stock between 11 in the morning, 12 in the morning this morning Eastern time, when the shares looked like they got up to about 716 or so, maybe about 716 a share. That's all they could muster from a low of about 706. Now we're back to 709.57 on Tesla. So today, unless there's a late rally in Tesla, it's going to be a down day, and it'll be locked in as such. The question for all of us is, what about Google today and Microsoft? Will they have a good aftermarket for their stocks or their shares, or will they slump down as well? We don't know. On Gamestop, which a lot of us follow here, the shares this morning did what? Gamestop, here we are. We were right off the bat, we got to 188. There was a good little follow through. It went straight up, but then it backed off within about 20-30 minutes, right down to about 170. What was that? 175 or so, 175.69. Recovered back into the low 180 range, then backed off to the low of the day around 12:30 today, 173.17. That was the low of the day. And since then, it has come back to the 180 mark, and we are now just under 180 a share at 179.20 on GameStop. So there seems to be a bit of a resistance level here. There's not like a million shares for sale. It's just that the shares get to 180, they go through it, and then they kind of slump back into the 179 range. They go through it, 180 again, and they slump back. And that's where we are at this moment in time. Volume on the day for GameStop, 8,099,000. So just around 8.1 million for the day. There is no news today on GameStop as far as anything official goes. So it's left to its own. The investment community is debating amongst itself, I'm sure, the upside of the fact that the company now has $900+ million cash in the bank with essentially no debt as of 3 days from now. They're wondering, well, is that a good thing? Well, if it is, how good is it? And the others on the street are debating the fact that a new CEO is imminent. We feel soon there will be an announcement of a new CEO. We don't know if it's in the next day or two or the next week or so, but we don't think it'll be that very long to find out who the new CEO of the company is going to be. And then we'll hopefully be able to analyze that. Maybe we'll hear from the CEO or more announcements will be made. Perhaps other people will join the CEO and come on board. Lots to talk about, lots to wonder about. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, that's the other thing. And then, of course, in 3 days, the end of the month is the end of the first quarter, and that is the first quarter for the year of Tesla, of GameStop. And of course, in about a month from now, we should be in receipt of. The company will release something in the next 6 weeks, roughly, of their first quarter financials. And we already know that the first month, February, was 5% better than last year when everything was wide open, even though they have 12% fewer stores. We know March was up 19% from March last year, but that meant, remember, last year a lot of stores started closing. And now April. We're waiting for the April numbers, and we know the April numbers will be higher than last April. This is not the question. This is not the big mystery. The big mystery is, will the first quarter of this year be better than the first quarter of 2019? Because 2020, last year, not a fair comparison now that we're kind of open everywhere. So has this company been able to improve over the first quarter of 2019 and from several measuring points, and one of which is the e-commerce side of it? Obviously, there's much more e-commerce business being done now than back then. What kind of margins is the company enjoying? What kind of profit margins are we talking about? Expenses, how much lower are they? Is it measurable? Is it significant? All this information. So we have a lot to dissect when we get these next financials. This will be sort of the second quarter where we can really see it's the first quarter where the Cohen effect is beginning, but the second quarter of recovered numbers, because the fourth quarter of last year, the company stores were opening up everywhere quickly, and the first quarter of this year, they're definitely wide open. And now we can really compare the first 6 months, or the last 6 months, let's say, the fourth quarter and the first quarter against the fourth quarter and the first quarter from before, to kind of get a handle on just where are we going momentum-wise. And this might allow the company, we're not sure, but it's possible that GameStop may announce to the world their anticipated numbers for the balance of the year. They might come out and go, based on results so far, we kind of feel that our numbers will be so-and-so. But again, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear from, I'm hoping in the annual meeting, they will reveal to us their, let's say, master plan with regards to how many stores they're going to let go and how many stores they feel that they'll be operating in by the end of this calendar or fiscal year of theirs, which is Jan 31, 2022. And then maybe the thought beyond that, where they're headed. So a lot of news on GameStop to come. A lot of things happening here behind the scenes, and of course the search for the CEO and all of that. We don't know where that's at. We're waiting for that. And in the meantime, the stock right now $179.80, just under $180 a share, up 10.87 on the day. We were at 150 yesterday morning, and here we are now in the 180 neighborhood today. That is where we're at, and we're waiting to just see where it takes us. Now, while I've been telling you all the virtues of the greatness of GameStop will be one day, the market unfortunately has decided to go negative again. The Dow at the moment is down 1.76, S&P down 2 points, NASDAQ down 52 points. Oil up $1.13 today to 63.03. Other stocks we're following, Microvision not having a good day. Unfortunately for Microvision, it is really getting its clock handed to it. It's down 678 to 1960 a share. It was down to 1919 at the low just a few minutes ago. So it is still coming in with selling 145 million shares of volume. It's all, unfortunately, much more negative than positive. Is there a bottom and a recovery? I don't think there's one today. Is there going to be one tomorrow? No one knows. So the stock has definitely lost a lot of steam. It was $30 in the morning pre-market. And the thinking was, or the hope was, that as this day came on, there would be greatness from that. It would continue, but it did not, and it was negative right off the bat. Over at Fifth Wall Acquisition, these guys are really putting us to the test right now. And it's interesting to see how this trades. This is a giant letter U. Look at this thing, a giant letter U. It opened this morning a little higher, up to 1067 a share, being a SPAC, and it went down to 1041 today, and it's now back to 1062. It's virtually unchanged on the day. Fifth Wall, that company is merging with SmartRent, so we'll watch how that all works out. Over in the meantime, we have Coinbase at 301.80. It was as low as 299.50 today, but only as high as 306. It's had a $6 swing, very little movement. Volume of 3.4 million on Coinbase. GameStop right now, 179.98. I'm trying to hit 180. There it is, 180 right now. AMC, unfortunately, has gone negative. AMC, as you can see by this chart right here, had a nice start today. Got the high in of 12.22, nice high, and then nothing but down. And in the last half an hour, 40 minutes, it has been straight down. To be down now 24 cents a share to 11.26, almost $1 lower than the high of the day, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, the low of the day is exactly $1 a share below the high of the day, from 12.22 to 11.22, now at 11.26. Volume of 44.5 million shares on AMC. Vector Acquisition SPAC down 2 cents to 10.68. Navsite Holdings down 1 penny to 9.94. Ipoe Social Capital is up 67 cents again today to 17.35, and this is just about high territory for the day. It's coming up right here nicely at the high of the day here. Very good to see. We have Gore's Holdings at 13.74. It's been in between 13.60 and 13.95 all day long. It's a gain of 25 cents right now and a volume of 482,000. No complaints about that. Virgin Acquisition Group at $10 on the nose, virtually unchanged all day. Starboard Value, $9.97 unchanged. Fortress Value at $9.97, down 2 cents. Vanek Vectors, the ETF for computer chips, down $1.59 to $2.51. Home Depot up $1.36, been there pretty well all day long. IBM is up 49 cents, hasn't really changed all day. The Dow now, right now, while I'm yapping away, up 20 points. We are just, it's directionless. There is no theme here. It is just kind of jumping around, holding these big fat gains over the year, near the all-time highs. That's what the Dow is doing. The all-time high for the Dow is 34,256. It's at 34,002. So it's 250 points away from a 34,000 all-time high. It's right up there. No complaints. All right, let the Dow hold around there if it wants to. Microsoft up 30 cents to 261.85. Apple down 9 cents at 134.63. Tesla is down $30 a share to 707.50. Unfortunately, it is not having a rebound day. Bed Bath & Beyond holding a gain of 64 cents at 26.48. Did hit 27.24 today on 2.5 million volume. So Bed Bath & Beyond is still just 350 under 30. It seems to be a block. It gets there and it kind of goes through it, but it doesn't last, and then it backs off. What can I say? Bed Bath & Beyond, 26.49. Over at Blackberry, up 19 cents to 9.28. In the last week or so, the stock has definitely had a recovery from the low $8.20 level. Right now, you can see this solid move all the way up in the last week. Now at 9.28. That is where the stock is right now. Over at Royal Caribbean, the cruise line up 82 cents. Norwegian up 24. Carnival up 23. They were negative on the opening, and then they broke even, and then they've been up all day just a little bit. We'll take that gain. Thank you very much. Other stocks to watch: Amazon up $7.73 to 34.16. Rumors of a stock split coming on Amazon, but no official word. Freddie Flores, thank you. Flores, Bruce, can you post your stock picks again? Thank you, sir. Will do. Let's double check any more new movements here. Google down $19 a share to 23.03. They came out their earnings after the bell today. All right, let's see. My stock picks, they are right here. Starting with Gores Holdings, GHVI, and Virgin Group, the VGAC. That's the Richard Branson SPAC. Then we have GameStop, IBM, Microsoft, Intel. We have HD, Cisco, Apple, Facebook, Micron, Vanik Semiconductor, SVAC, another SPAC, and a whole bunch of SPACs here. FAII, which is Fortress, VACQ, NASH, IPOE, and FWAA. FWAA. That's what we got. That's where we're at. That's what we're watching. And that's where everything is at right now. Thank you, all of you, for being here for the last hour of the day and the first hour of the aftermarket. We have 44 minutes to go. And the Dow now up 34.5. Maybe it'll have an update. We'll see. S&P up 1.8. NASDAQ down 43 points at the moment. GameStop 178.43 as it continues to meander along. It's up 950, but it is not up 1950 or 2950. It's up 950. That's what it's doing so far. Can it hold these gains? Will they pad the gains? It just seems that at 180, it just doesn't want to go any further. It kind of gets there and just sort of says, I'm happy here. What am I going to do? That's what it is. I don't know. A 180 like butter would be nice to go through that and keep right on going. That would be terrific. Alrighty. Thank you, all of you, for the thumbs ups and hanging around and catching up with me. If you have any questions about what the market's doing, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you. 31 on the gain on the Dow right now. American Airlines is down a quarter to 21.80, so the travel sector is not leading the way today. And Intel still down at 57.88, down 88 cents. And that stock has winner like fans and non-fans. It's got both. You either like Intel or you don't. And at 13 times earnings, I don't mind Intel I don't view it as a risky investment. The question is, how long will it take to get upside? And what could it be? Could the stock be a double if it were to trade at 27 times earnings again? They'd have to turn their earnings machine around and get it going. That could be a 3, 6, 9, 12-month project. That's why this might be a long-term hold. Any of you who are thinking of getting this stock, just so you know. Alrighty. Yeah, AMC, unfortunately, down to 11.30 a share. It got down to 11.22 today. Now at 11.30 underneath the water here. It had a really good start today, but it just could not hold that gain over $12 a share at 12.22. And AMC has now given up all the gains from earlier this morning to be down 19 cents. But it's hanging in there at 11.31. And we'll see if it can ride it out. At Microvision, 19.66 a share. The $20 level was not a support level. Didn't appear to be. The stock just has had a lousy last couple of hours. It's been flatlining down in this neighborhood here and not having a good time with it. So we'll see where it wants to go from here. The Dow might be up 40 points here, 39.82 on the gain for the Dow Jones. So the bigger market looking to be a little stronger. Sure beats the 100 and something point loss we had at the opening this morning. Anyway, there you go. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. People are talking to each other like crazy in here, which is great. Appreciate you hanging out with each other. Nice to have you all here as members today, and all of you popping by to say hi today. Let's take a look here at a couple of things. We have 296 thumbs ups. Thank you for those. Appreciate the thumbs ups today. Keep them coming if you can, and we're now at 300. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. 178.56 on the GameStop right now. Alrighty. The headline here: Dow drifts despite good earnings as investors await tech heavyweight results. Yeah, that is what's going on. Let me take a look here at some other news. Let me get over here to over there, and let's take a look at what we're seeing over here. The CDC is easing outdoor mask guidelines for vaccinated people, but they're still encouraging people, if you're going to concerts or very crowded areas, please wear a mask, because you may be surrounded by a number of unvaccinated. And those of you who have the vaccine, you could be 80% effective, 85%, but you might still have a 15% chance, depending on who you get near, to perhaps catch a variant that you're not protected for. So that's why the CDC is recommending masks in crowded scenarios for now. We'll see how that kind of works out. Just found out today that 2 hours south of me is, of course, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We've always known that. Jennifer and I go to the Coeur d'Alene Costco when we're allowed into the USA. 2 hours, 20 minutes from our house is a Costco. Did you know that the hottest U.S. housing market in the United States is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? It is the hottest real estate area in all of America, right just south of us. It shows you how close people want to get to Uncle Bruce. They know that there's a chance that if they make a trip into Canada, across the border, they might catch up with you, your buddy, me, and there you go. Now, can you hear that buzzing? Can you hear the buzzing? That's a chainsaw. That's a chainsaw. That's our neighbor between us here. They've hired a tree remover, and this gentleman has been working on 5 cedars now for 3 days. He's a one-man crew, and he's just been cutting and cutting and cutting. And you're going to hear this chainsaw for the rest of this show, off and on. And I welcome you to the Chainsaw Special. Hang out with Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. I hope you enjoy it. But yes, the folks in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, the hottest emerging housing market. Unbelievable, incredible, and well, what can I say? Our neighbors to the south, there's a whole bunch of Americans want to move to Coeur d'Alene. Of course, we're only 2 hours 20 minutes away from beautiful Creston. Once you get there, so always pop up here and have a Tim Hortons coffee with myself and say hi. You'll never get to meet Jen though. You're only going to see Jen on a cruise ship. You're never going to just come up here for a coffee and meet Jen. It doesn't work like that. Jen's so expensive when it comes to royalties that even seeing her in person is incredibly expensive. I don't know if any of you have enough money to handle that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, where are we at now? 33.94 gain on the Dow, up 1.5 points on S&P, down 45 on Nasdaq. Not a lot going on, folks. It's just not incredibly exciting right now, unfortunately. Let me take a look at something else that I wanted to double check for us. Let's go here and take a look there. Pop that up there and take a look-see. Looking at the Dow 30 Industrials, who's doing what? And American Express is up 28 cents today. Amgen is up 84. This is a 1/5 to 1/3 of a percentage point gain. Apple down 11 cents. Nothing happening on Apple with earnings coming out, I think, tomorrow. Boeing up $1.04, half a percentage point. Caterpillar down 48 cents, and Cisco down 20 cents. Chevron up $1.34, up 1.3%. Goldman Sachs up $2.37, up 0.69%. Home Depot up $1.53, as we mentioned earlier. Honeywell is up $1.76, up 0.79 of a percentage point. IBM up 43 cents. Intel down 93 cents. Johnson & Johnson down 64. Coca-Cola down 12 cents. JP Morgan up 84 cents. McDonald's up $2.81, or 1.2% today. 3M Company is down $4.69 a share at 2.3% drop. That is a drag on the Dow. Then there's Merck and Company down 1 penny a share today. Microsoft up 48 cents. Nike up 61. Procter & Gamble up 19. Travelers Companies down 55 cents. United Health Group down is up 15. Salesforce.com, one of the newest entries into the Dow, down $1.29, half a percentage point. Verizon down 63 cents. Visa down 93 cents. Walgreens down 16 cents. Walmart up 81. Walt Disney up 79. And Dow is up 43 cents. And so we don't have a lot going on the Dow on any serious amounts, other than just the one stock that is under pressure today. 3M company down $4.50 a share. Goldman Sachs up $2. So that is what we have going on the markets right now at this point in time. All right. What else can I tell you about out here in the wild, wild markets? Man, oh man. I don't know. Just noticing here that Tesla keeps a $30 GameStop target, says we still don't know what the plan is. Well, that's because maybe Tesla isn't digging into what the plan is. Maybe Tesla doesn't want to dig into what the plan is, and Tesla is being lazy and offering us a $30 market price, target market price of a company that now has in excess of $12 a share in cash in its bank. You know, you got analysts who just don't want to get off their fat butts and do some work and do some digging. I can do it. Others can do it. Why can't an analyst do it? You want me to bring everything to you? It's unbelievable. Anyway, there you have it. $500 million in stock sales, and you get a $30 target price where the company has no debt and $900 million cash in the bank. It's rather unfortunate that you get these analysts that are so-called experts who just are too lazy to get off their fat butts and do some work. It's called shoe leather, guys. I don't know. You forgot how it was like when you're in college? Did you forget? You get so fat you don't know? I don't know. I just, do I sound bitter? Maybe I do. Maybe I sound old manish. Jennifer says that sometimes. You sound like an old man. Let's make it exciting. If we all buy GameStop, we make it exciting for Uncle Bruce. That's true. I mean, if each of you try to buy 100 shares between now and the close, you'll run this market. Yes, there are 1,600 of you here. That would be 160,000 shares of buying going into that stock. That would make a difference. But you don't have to do that for me. Thank you, everyone. Oh man. What is going on here? Uncle Bruce, what would be a reasonable expectation now? Theorizing only, of course. 1, proxy voting. 2, formal election of Ray Cohen as chairman of the board. 3, special dividend. What would be a reasonable expectation? I don't quite know what this question really means. Ryan Cohen will be the chairman of the board. Excuse me. He will be the chairman of the board. No question about that. The proxy voting, I don't know what you mean by that. There's enough votes. There are enough votes in the bag to approve everything the board of directors wants you to approve. So I don't know what that means. Special dividend, that is a mystery. Would there be a special dividend announced? I don't know if you'd see anything like that at a special meeting. You could. It would create a storm of news if at the annual meeting the board of directors was to announce this. But generally, at the annual meeting, you're doing an annual meeting for last year's performance. That's what you're talking about. And then you might talk about this year's plans. Now, theoretically, I guess you could conduct your business for the annual meeting, and then you could make an announcement. But I don't know if that's kosher, because the vote at the annual meeting is to elect the new board of directors. So I don't think the new board of directors would have an announcement right away of a special dividend. I would contend, and I would surmise, that in the first 30 days of the annual meeting, then the board can have a meeting, and then the new board could make an announcement. And it could be one of several. One of them could be a special cash dividend. Yep. One of them could be a stock split. Could be. Another one could be we've entered into an agreement to merge our company with another company. It could be that they're announcing a takeover of another company. It could be the announcement of we've agreed to buy company blah, 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 private company, and we've also arranged a private placement of stock, a secondary offering, as a bought deal for $1.5 billion at $200 a share, or whatever price they wanted. And this will fund the acquisition of this private company along with some stock, because the company might be a $5 billion private concern. GameStop is a $10, $15 billion concern. big acquisition. That could be happening. Endless possibilities. I mean, just endless. But I don't expect any announcements from the board of directors between now and after the annual meeting. The only expected announcements I have, the only thing I'm expecting is a new CEO announcement and the first quarter financials. That's what I'm looking for. I really don't think the board of directors, because they haven't met yet, the six new, they have to be voted in. They have to be elected and approved by shareholders. Until that's done, nothing. I just don't see anything happen. But we'll see what's going on.